Hey guys, Matt Schwartz, FCG, Forensic Card Grading. Thanks for tuning in. Some of you guys may know I'm a pretty big Bobby Witt Jr. collector. In my hand, I've picked up another orange refractor. My plan with the card is to crack it and go ahead and send it back in for regrade. Can't slab my own cards, would never do that, but wanted to get you guys a look at kind of how the process goes and also what the card looks like. So thanks for tuning in and hope you like it. Hey guys, here we are at one of the grading desks. Equipment-wise, we've got our scope, we've got our screen, we've got our magnifying lamp, we've got our pads, hands off the cards best we can even though we're wearing gloves. Reason we use these scopes, they're easy, but also you can adjust the lighting. For this particular card, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and turn the light off on the scope and bring the light in from the lamp. Boom. Gives us a real clean, good look at the corners and edges. And that's what we're going to start with, guys. Corners first. Not only looking at it under the scope, but we're going to take a look at it under the lamp, front and back as well. So right here, almost looks like there's some whiting right here, but it's not. It's part of the Bowman logo. It's in that 9.5 range. It's not razor sharp, but pretty sharp. Rotating around here, guys. Right here, you can see there's a little bit of something going on. Looks like there's a flyer coming off of the corner. A little bit of rounding, more so in that 9 range on this top right corner. Turning around here. You gotta be careful with the light because sometimes it gives you the impression that there's something dog-ear flipping up. It's not, and we'll confirm that under the lamp as well. But you can see here, it's not really sharp, not too dull, and keep in mind it's under pretty heavy magnification too. But this is in that 9.5 corner range. And then we come around to the 4th corner here, guys, bottom left. Right here, same thing, right? Not really sharp, but not too round either. It's in that 9.5 range. So as far as what I'm seeing under the scope, guys, we're in that 9 range on the corners. And what we do is we take it under the magnifying lamp, not only to take a look at the actual corners, guys, right here, but also the back of the card and all that good stuff too. So I'm gonna take it under, start by looking at the actual corners. Top left, top right, nothing there. Go ahead and look at the bottom corners, guys. A little bit of roundness, similar to what we saw under the scope. And then same thing here, guys, on this 4th corner. So I'm going to take a look at the back of the card. And in this case, I'm not seeing anything that I didn't already see under the scope. Again, not too sharp, not too dull. And that is going to land in our 9 range, guys. So we've got a 9 corner on this. So we're going to go into edges, same lighting. We've got the light from the lamp, boom. We're going to start up here. Looks like whiting, but again, it's just the Bowman logo. And we're going to rotate around. We're looking for any missing chrome, any dents on the edges, and then we're also going to take it under the lamp and look at the actual edges. So we're looking pretty good so far. And you got to be really careful when you're dealing with lighting, right? If you change the light, it gives the glare off of the chrome and it almost gives the false impression that there's damage. That's why grading off of a scan is difficult. Maybe a little bit of whiting right here that you can see along the edge, nothing crazy though. And again, mindful of the fact that we're under pretty good magnification. You can see a dent here, ding down here. We're going to address that when we jump into the surface. And you see how that corner, again, jumping back to the corner, but how the light interacts with the card can also almost give you the false impression that there's corner damage here, that this is flipping up. I confirmed that under the lamp, but this is not a dog ear. It's just the way the light is hitting the card. We're looking pretty good so far, guys. We're in that 9.5 range so far on the edge. A little bit more surface damage. We'll address that here in a second. A little bit of whitening here, but again, very minor. Take it all the way around. We're good there. So from what I can see so far, guys, we're in that 9.5 range on the edge. We're going to look at the back, and we're also going to turn it up under the lamp and look at the actual edges. And looking pretty good so far on the top. Edges are sharp, no damage. Taking a look at the bottom. Same thing. No damage. Take a look at the final edge, guys. Edges look good. We're also going to go ahead and take a look at the back. Make sure that there's no peeling or anything like that. No separation. And that confirms it. We are at a 9.5 edge. Alright guys, so we're going to jump in on the surface. We're going to go ahead and change the lighting with the scope. And we're basically going to use the light to sift through the card. And what you'll find is, as the light gets any closer to any potential damage, that damage should reveal itself. So kind of watch the edge of this light as it goes across the card. Alright, and I'll call out any damage or anything like that that I see. Print lines, looking for dents, dimples, scratches, anything like that. And here you go, guys. You can see right here there's a little bit of a surface dimple. Again, keep in perspective that's under pretty good magnification, but there's definitely a surface dimple right here. And again, you can see as the light gets closer to it, it starts to shine. So we've got a dimple there. Don't see any print lines or anything like that so far, guys, which is good. A lot of these 2020 Bowmans do have the print lines. There's that dimple that we saw just a second ago. Not seeing anything else so far, guys. Follow the edge of the light. Other than that dimple, looking pretty good so far. With that dimple, obviously, we're not sitting in a 10 range. Before we pass final judgment, we're going to go ahead and look at it with our eyes and see how much of an impact aesthetically that dent is having. Maybe a little bit of a scratch right here, guys. Nothing crazy. Getting down to the bottom half of the card. No print lines, which is nice. So a little bit of something going on down here. You can see the white on the bottom of the card. And then there is another surface dimple right here, guys. You can see it here, but also watch the light as it gets closer. Watch how it lights up, if you can see that at home. From what I can see under the scope so far, guys, we're in that 9 range. We're also going to take a look at the back of the card. See if there's anything on the back that would cause us to change our grade. I'm not seeing anything on the back of the card as far as any dings or dents or anything like that. Back of the card looks really clean. We're going to be in a 9 surface grade on this card, guys. We've got a 9. Alright guys, so next we're going to do the centering. We've got our ruler here. We're measuring these things on card in penny sleeve. We're doing it within 1/10 of a millimeter. With these 2020 Bowmans, you have to be really careful because the border or the edge goes in and out, right? So just making sure that you're picking an equal spot. We're going to do left to right, also top to bottom. We're also going to check the back. On the back has to be 80-20 or worse for the graders to knock it down 1/2 point. So let's start with the measurement of the top of the card. And again, finding an equal spot. I like to do it, or the graders like to do it, coming out of this bend right here. All right, so we're going to come in right here. So we're going to the edge of the white, guys, and here we are measuring right at about 37. I'm going to mark that down. 37 on the left. On the right, again, finding the same spot right here coming out of the edge, or the border. We are sitting at 35, I think at 34.5. So the way we do it, guys, if you can see, you add the two together, 37 plus 34.5, so you've got 71.5. All right, there's a 2.5 point difference between 37 and 34.5. We're going to take our difference, 2.5, divided by 71.5. That gives us a 3.5% variance, right? You can check it out on the website, but 0 to 3% variance, typically in that 10 range. We're also going to measure the top to bottom. Let's start with the top. Coming into where the border meets the white, we are right at about 35. I'm going to write that down, 35. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to measure the bottom, guys. We're at 36. So we've got a 35 to 36 ratio. This top to bottom is really good, especially for these 2020 Bowmans. A lot of these widths, the problem you have is the top to bottom, but this one is pretty good. And again, I'll show you guys the calculation. So 35 plus 36 is 71. You've got a 1 point difference between the two. So 1 divided by 71 is a 1.4% variance. Again, side to side, we had it about 3.5. Here we've got about 1.5. It's going to fall within that 9.5 range. And also, again, similar to how we did the other subgrades, we're going to take a look at it because the eye appeal is really what drives these things. But you can tell that it is off just a hair, and it falls into that 9.5 range. Before finalizing that, guys, taking a look at the back. Again, it would have to be 80-20 or worse on the back, which you can see it is not. The back is pretty good, especially again for these 2020 Bowman carts, and that confirms it. We've got a 9.5 subgrade on our centering. Lastly, guys, we've got our autograph grade. My favorite, being sarcastic, I can't stand the autograph grade. Again, we do not authenticate. What we're looking for is clarity in the autograph, no streakiness or anything like that. And as you can see, the autograph is tight and right, and it is a 10 autograph. All right, guys, so that's a wrap. Here's what we've got. Number one, give you guys a pretty good look at the card, just so you can see what we're working with. I'm happy. Really good card. We'll get it shipped off to Beckett, and we'll do a quick reveal so we can see what they come back with. But overall, very nice looking card. The grades, just to go over it with you guys, we came up with the 9 surface. We had a couple of surface dimples. Not terribly bad. They looked terrible under the scope, but to the eye, they weren't terrible, and they weren't really detracting from the aesthetic or the eye appeal of the card. The corners, 9. Edges were clean. There was a little bit of white around the edges, but in general, the edges were nice. The centering was borderline 10, but came in with a 9.5 center, and then the autograph was clean. We come in with a 10. We've got a 9 total grade or final grade. So we'll get this thing shipped off, and we'll hope for the best. Thanks for tuning in, guys.